Hi, lovelies. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, all around witchy fucking weirdo. I'm super dupes into Sasquatch, mermaids, fairies, all the crazy, weird, rando shit that you can think of. I'm here for it. Anything with a paranormal bent to it, yes, please. Titty shake all the way to the bank. Yes, please. You guys, welcome to the free weekly reading. This is where I pull 3 piles of cards. You pick any and all that you're drawn towards. I then interpret those piles for you to see what they mean for your week ahead. But first, we start with a little something that I lovingly refer to as astrofuckery. So let's get into it. I'll try to make it quick and easy. All right, so with that being said, this Sunday on the 10th, we had Mercury move into Taurus. So guys, look for our communications to go from hot and crazy, just like quick-tempered, angry, like no fucking patience, to grounded security. When Mercury moves into the sign of Taurus, Taurus is very earthy. It's very security-driven. These guys want to know where their resources are at all times. So we're really kind of looking around, maybe verbally, maybe the information that we're exchanging, maybe stuff that we're looking up, maybe, I don't know about you guys, but everybody's talking about homesteading right now. Or getting into like a commune, going with a couple of your friends, getting a plot of land and like really just kind of living together. So we're looking for more security-driven information. We're communicating in a more security-driven way. We're looking to make sure that everything is secure. Now we get into Jupiter and Neptune is going to be conjunct on Tuesday the 12th. Guys, this is what we've been looking forward to for a while now. Now, Jupiter is the giver of good luck and gifts. He is expansion in all forms, good or bad. Neptune is dreamy, beautiful, magic. This is like real, true love. This is like merging with another person, no boundaries. But the opposite side of that too is like illusion, disillusion, fog and mist, not having any kind of concrete anything to work with. Slippery like a fish, which is the sign of Pisces, which Neptune rules. So these two planets are either probably promoting lots of magic and joy and blissful ease kind of moments right now, or maybe it's creating like worst case scenarios. Maybe it's a combination of both. I think the last time that these signs conjoined was back, or at least in this configuration, was back in like 18 something. And when that happened, forget the name of the guy, but he invented essentially the modern day color purple, the vibrant color purple. So, which I think like took off with the chemistry industry. People were able to start wearing vibrant colored clothes, which at the time, I think only rich and famous people were able to afford that kind of stuff. So it made it accessible to everybody. So that's also paying homage to hot pink and hot colors and purple tonight. But I just to kind of like give an idea around maybe what we can expect and like leading up to this. So if everything feels foggy right now, everything feels fucking weird, not really sure where everything is landing. The best, guys, I've been saying this for weeks. I've been sharing everything that Susan Grace has been talking about. The best thing that we can do is set our intention before we take the action. This is really fucking important. So really sit down and think about, what do you want from this experience? What do you want from this exchange? What do you want from this project? Whatever the fuck that you're going into this week, what do you want from it? And look for that. So say maybe you're looking for real, true connection, or maybe you're looking for peace and bliss. Set that as your intention before you go out into the day and see what shows up for you. Also, let that guide your actions. And guys, I've been saying this for like fucking ever. Call on your people in spirit. Guys, they're already there. They're already helping us on our behalf. But when we work consciously with spirit, fucking miracles occur. So give your fears and your worries. Give your more painful thoughts. Give your more, maybe something that you don't feel like you can do anything about. Give it over to spirit right now. Let them take care of it. Let them bring in a fresh idea. Let them help inspire you to action. Or maybe even to drop something in your lap that you've been fucking waiting for. Now, Mars also moves into I think around the 16th, I think it's before the full moon, so maybe the 14th, 15th. I think Mars is moving into Pisces. So with Mercury moving into Taurus and being more security driven, Mars is moving out of Aquarius, which is kind of like very otherworldly, thinking about the wider, group of people. We're looking at large groups, our communities, the wider people at large. Also too, there was like huge themes around justice. Now Mars moving into Pisces, this is kind of more of a dreamier state. This is slippery stuff from Mars. So Taking action this week might be a little bit more difficult once Mars moves into Pisces. Again, though, I think that that really just says, instead of taking action, give it over to spirit again. Seriously, give it over to spirit, set that intention around what you want, and then let your actions happen afterwards, which is opposite from Mars. Mars wants to take action first, ask questions later. They rule Aries, but man, when it moves into sign of the Pisces, this is the way that we've got to do it now. Or at least until it moves into the next sign, which will be Aries, and I promise you guys will be feeling it. Once Mars moves into Aries, just good luck holding on to anything. So at least for the meantime, long story short, with that, just make sure, call on spirit, set your intention beforehand around the experience that you want to have. And then let's see what shows up. So if you ask for love, then pay attention around who shows up around you offering you love, or who brings that love vibe to you. If you're looking for true deep connection and you set that intention, look around who shows up and who's bringing that to your doorstep, or where you feel called to be to have that interaction. Final thing, we've got a full moon in the sign of Libra on the 16th. And I think it's actually on Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. So guys, it's also squaring Pluto. I think, have all the moons been squaring Pluto? There's that. That's my 2 fucking cents. That's what it fucking feels like. So Libra here is the sign of relationships. It's the opposite sign to Aries, which is I am. And Libra is we are. So this is going to be a heavy theme around relationships. Squaring Pluto, this is going to be bringing up maybe some more difficult stuff. Maybe there's a deep catharsis happening here. Maybe we get to, since it's also an air sign, Libra, maybe we're communicating with our relationships around some deeper, darker aspects that are going on. Maybe something here comes to light. Maybe somebody communicates something in our relationships that maybe we've never thought about. Maybe something that's been bothering them for a while. They're bringing it up to us. Usually Pluto involved is like transformation. There's some heavier themes at play. We're going to the deeper, darker spaces and we're exploring them. With a full moon here, it's putting a spotlight on it. So look to see where Libra falls in your chart. That way you'll have a better idea of where this full moon is going to be and what it's highlighting for you. So me, it's around my 3rd house. I got to make sure my information is good. Not only what I'm taking in, but what I'm exchanging. Maybe there's also something here for me, I think too. At least this is what's been coming up for me around this full moon and the energy attached to it. Around the stories that I tell, around my history, and maybe even around what's going on for me right now. What are the stories that I'm telling about my life? With that 3rd house, my rising sign is Leo, so this is sitting in my 3rd house because Leo was my 1st house. So Libra here in the 3rd is really, also my Pluto's in my 3rd too. My words carry weight. And so do my stories. And so what am I telling myself? What are the stories I'm speaking to myself? What are the stories that I'm telling about my own past, about my own things that are happening for me? Maybe even speaking on some darker themes, which I've done for pretty much the extent of, the work that I've done here. You guys know about my trauma, history, my trauma past. So speaking on those things and maybe how it also helps other people. Maybe there's something here about maybe not being afraid of speaking up about the deeper, darker themes, about whatever's going on with you too, and especially around your relationships. So what story am I telling around my relationships with my parents? What story am I telling around, my relationships with people that I'm currently involved in? What are the stories that I'm personally telling? Maybe challenging that and making sure that I'm really speaking the truth on it. Maybe even too that I'm seeing the full picture, because maybe I'm missing something, right? So don't be afraid with this too, guys. Whatever brings up around your relationships, whatever hidden, secret, darker, heavier themed stuff, know that it's coming up for release, for catharsis, so that we can get this the fuck out of our system and either start again fresh or maybe decide to make a break. So I feel like this full moon really is the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. What things are ending right now? What new things are beginning? And what do we want from this new cycle that's about to begin? That's important. All right, if you guys are done with all that astrofuckery, I am too. Follow me to the next screen. Let's look at the cards. Let's see what the fuck they have to say for the week ahead. All right, see you guys in a second. All right, and if you guys pick card pile number 1, here's your beautiful cards. Your very first card is the Queen of Swords. Forgive my nails. I got to get them done. Card number 2 is a major arcana card. Talking about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. You got the Sun. And then final card you got is the King of Coins. So let's talk about it. To me, this talks about opposites being attracted. So with the Queen of Swords here, she's normally seen as kind of cold. logical, practical, kind of lacking emotions here. It's the air signs. King of Pentacles is very earth-driven. And traditionally, this would talk about the Queen of Swords would talk about a female. The King of Pentacles would talk about a male, traditionally. And so for whatever the relationship is going on this week, there's almost a feeling here with these two cards, like opposites attracting. But here's what I want to say with it, with like the sun in between it, is like, look for the ways that we are similar. So if you're having problems within a relationship this week and it just feels like we're too opposite, there's just too much going on here that doesn't make sense. If you really want to save this relationship, or I want to say to you, this relationship is worth saving, especially with the sun here. You guys are each other's sunshine. You guys are literally like each other's like light in the darkness. Like, this is our joy, our happiness, and our vitality. This is like a new day dawning. Like, literally the other person brings you good health. This could even have to do around like maybe finding a new doctor here, going to a new surgeon, whatever's going on here. Whatever relationship we have going on here between a male and a female this week, and it's feeling like things are opposite or we're not seeing eye to eye, look for where we intersect here. Look for the ways that we do actually agree. So I want to say here with air and earth, the ways that they intersect is being logical and practical. These two signs, they need that. So with air sign, like it needs to be logical and practical. When I'm communicating, this has got to make sense. Earth element, everything they do has to make sense, and it's security driven. Air, not so much, but definitely earth here is. But again, logical and practical. So how do we find that middle ground so we both feel as though like we're coming to the table as equals? Maybe we're coming to the table and understanding each other around where it is that this makes sense, where this is logical and practical for us, or around those themes where we can really sit down at the table, see each other eye to eye, and work together. So hold on tight this week. If you got a relationship where it feels like things are at odds, sit down to the table and find the places where you guys really do agree on things and work from there. That's going to be a better starting point than all the other places that it doesn't make sense. Fair? And just trust this week. If you're the female in the situation, be logical, be practical, communicate what you need to say. With the male here, if this is, you're looking at this pile and you're having to deal with that female, make sure that you're logical, you're practical, you're grounded. And really come to the table trying to find where we actually make sense here, or the places that we agree, so we can work from there and build something real. This is good. If you picked card pile number 2, here's your beautiful cards. Your first one is the Ten of Swords. Second card is the Five of Swords. And your final card here is the Three of Wands. So let's talk about it. All right, so with this card combo, this is a little bit rougher, card pile number 2, but let's talk about it. So with the Ten of Swords here, this traditionally talks about like false relationships, rock bottom. Like, look at this guy. It just, ouch. Look at all those swords. How did you even get in there, bud? Like, what happened? So I want to say here with the Ten of Swords, like, this is, yeah, false relationships, private, like rock bottom, drama, just nobody wants any of this bullshit. Connected here with the Five of Swords, traditionally this card, Five of Swords, is like, is the self-destruction? Is the self-determination what I'm reaching for? When I usually get this card, the Five of Swords, I want to say, don't give up. You're almost there. So maybe a parts of this has felt incredibly difficult. It's felt like you've been held back from what you want here. If you notice on the card, this guy's climbing up a ladder, but there's ropes attached to him. He's reaching for those swords, though. So there's something that we've been reaching for here, something that we've really been working towards. But it feels like maybe this week everything's just been on our shoulders, or maybe it feels like lately, maybe this was false, what I was reaching for. Here's why I think this actually turns out well this week, because with the Three of Wands showing up, this is like discovery, negotiation, grand effort, foresight here around the future. So maybe we just didn't have all the information that we needed. Maybe we didn't get the communication that we've needed this week. So I do want to say to you, if you got card pile number 2, fucking communicate what your needs are. Communicate around what's important to you, or make sure that the communication here is actually around like what we're reaching for, maybe a goal here, or just getting the information we need in order to keep moving forward. Because whatever we choose next is going to take a lot of effort. What are we putting our effort in? So again, with that middle card, the Five of Swords, like, don't give up. You're almost there. Maybe our worst fears here with the Ten of Swords is that, maybe what we're reaching for, like I said, is false. It's not real. Maybe we've made this all up in our head. Maybe we feel very alone. Maybe in this relationship right now, whether this be around business, love, friendship, family, it does not matter. Whatever's going on here, maybe we feel very alone and it just feels really sad. So take a break from that for a second. Let's look back at the story. Let's gather more information and let's put energy into communicating and putting the last bit of all of our energy into reaching this fucking goal. How do we discover the information that we need? How do we negotiate here? So this actually fucking makes sense so that we can reach that goal and we're not just struggling the whole fucking way, thinking that we're carrying all the weight. That's too much. It's too much. Last thing I want to remind you guys with the Ten of Swords here is this is the end of a cycle. A new beautiful one begins. So this is the last of it. Whatever we find out here finally relieves us. We're able to start fresh again. And we're able to put our energy into what it is that's most important to us here. So hold on tight. Everything's going to be okay. Get out of that mindset that everything's fucked. Go find the information that you need and then reapply your energy to what's most important to you here. Don't give up now. And finally, if you guys pick card pile number 3, here's your beautiful cards. First one you got is the 3 of Coins. Second card you got is the 7 of Wands. And then finally, the final card you got is the 8 of Wands. So let's fucking talk about it. So it's interesting this week. So whoever picked card pile number 3, partnerships of all kinds are on the table. Usually with the 3 of Pentacles here, this can talk about any partnership. Traditionally, Pentacles can talk about family relationships and finance, maybe work relationships, but this can even talk about love, especially if security is really important for you. Wanting to come together in partnership with another person. This card literally just speaks about partnerships. So with partnerships this week kind of being on the forefront, who do we want to be in partnership with? Maybe we're trying to build something real here with Pentacles. And I think also too, attached with the 7 of Wands, maybe there's been a lot of adversity with a lot of our partnerships. Maybe we're afraid to get into partnerships. Maybe the past has been nothing but gossip, adversity, bullshit, self-defense. It just feels like partnerships haven't flowed easy for us. But what I think is beautiful about this combination is that it's really kind of saying, if you want things to flow well, guess what we need? We need some... Also, too, the 7 of Wands can talk about self-empowerment, so we need to empower ourselves and remind ourselves that the past is the past. What did we learn from that? Hopefully it was to empower ourselves, that our lives aren't in the hands of other people, or that we get to control our actions here. And what we do, especially with fire, where are we taking action? What are we manifesting? What are we creating? And I think with the 8 of Wands, this is around communication, action, haste. This is taking action around this. So maybe we've been thinking about this for a while, and Earth energy takes for fucking ever with stuff. Fire's quick. It wants it now. So maybe we've been thinking about this partnership for a while, but maybe it stopped us because, or maybe coming into partnership with another person, really securing something, making something real and secure here because our previous relationships haven't worked out. Maybe even in this one that we're trying to create, there's been some difficulty here that's maybe scaring you. But I want to say empower yourself. Recognize this really has to do, interestingly enough, with pile number 3 around communication and taking action. So in what ways can we really sit down and talk about the things that we fear the most so we can let that out? Maybe just like whatever's been holding us back here, maybe whatever we've been fighting around bringing this relationship and making it real too. How can we speak on it this week and take real action around it so that we can get towards the goal that we truly fucking want? This is... Pile number 3 is important. So make sure whatever's going on within our partnerships this week, whatever we've been working towards, again, I don't care, business, love, career, home, just eating fucking pizza for the rest of your life. If that's what you decide, I'm not here to judge you. I'm fucking here for it, actually. Kind of wish I could do that and still lose weight. Thank you, Jesus. Are you hearing me right now? Deliver to me, please. Just know this week, if you got card pile number 3, sit down around those relationships that you've been building for a while. Quit being so goddamn scared. Sit down and really face that you actually have power here. Stop fighting yourself around it and recognize you get to choose the best choices around it. It's time to communicate and take action. No more pussyfooting, no more dragging your feet. If you want this partnership, if you want this collaboration, if you want to work in partnership with another person this week, you're going to have to talk and take action on it. It's the time. And recognize too that, like, who are you actually fighting here? Is this an old version of something going on? Is this an old ghost of yours that you've been having to deal with? I like the 7 of Swords too. I'm sorry, not 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands too, because it's kind of like, it always makes me feel like you threw me to the wolves and I came back the leader. So again, it's just a self-empowerment feel here. Empower yourself. Recognize you're the one with the power. You've got this. All right. What do you want? Again, with card pile number 3, what do you want? Make it so. All right. Let your passion, let spirit guide you here. Hell yes. All right, you guys, let me know. Any and all feedback helps me to grow. Middle fingers for no, call for yes. I hope your card piles resonated. Don't be afraid to drop me a little message. Let me know at the end of there which pile that you picked, if it resonated for you. And thank you, guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for letting me set up shop here, spout my crazy talk, and you guys listen to me. Thank you. Hopefully it's resonating and making sense. I just love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And I will see you guys soon. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Bye, guys.